guys, welcome back to another episode of
Rating Arizona
Beers, brought to you by King's Beer and Wine on Central and Thomas. We are your hosts. I am Marcus Pena, and this is
Eric Walters. If I knew how to do special effects, I'd do that every single time over my head.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is...
You were the true gem of this show, though.
Oh, please.
Come on, man. Your knowledge and your beautiful smile.
My God, this is horrible. I'm embarrassed. If I could turn red...
If I could,
I would be turning red.
Turn back time.
So we are obviously on our fifth beer review in...
Rating Arizona Beer.
At King's Beer and Wine on Central and Thomas.
Yeah.
So we are actually going to do something fun today. So today,
this
and
guy's
right
idea,
now,
I dig it.
is we are going to do a mystery beer. So Mark, one of the owners here at King's Beer and Wine, fantastic guy, and extremely knowledgeable about the beer and wine.
Yes.
Especially.
That was his background.
Yeah. So anyways, you guys, when you come to King's Beer and Wine, he will teach you a thing or 3 or 5 or 10.
The whole staff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shit.
Yeah, they know what they're talking about.
Alec, the beer boy, is his Instagram handle.
Absolutely.
Alec knows his shit. Alec Johnson. And if you come in on Mondays, you get to see the puppy, Mr. Pickles.
Oh, Mr. Pickles.
On Mondays, Alec brings his dog in, Mr. Pickles, and
right.
He's the coolest dog ever. Apparently, he was a stray that was struggling, ran right in the door and jumped on Alec's lap. Yeah. And when you meet Alec, you understand why he jumped on his lap.
Exactly.
Alec's a great dude, knows his shit with beer.
Absolutely.
And everybody here does as well. So, but I think, Alec, you might be a little bit jealous that Mark got to be the one to pick the mystery beer for this first one.
Now,
Mark was very excited.
He would have picked something out that would have just killed us.
Oh, yeah, he would have done something.
So I'm hoping Mark took it easy on us because obviously this is the beer. It's wrapped. We don't know what it is. We do know that it is an Arizona beer.
Arizona beer. That's it. That's all we know.
Since we are doing rating Arizona beers.
Yep.
But we have no idea the style. We have no idea where it's from, what it is. So this will be interesting.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see where this goes, man.
So I was thinking this could be the let's see what Eric Walters has learned throughout these rating Arizona beers. He keeps calling me like this, I don't know, whatever he's
Guru.
thinking. Whatever he's thinking of
Genius.
me as a Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
No, not that. No, I'm saying like whatever he thinks my knowledge is on beer, let's see where he's gone with his knowledge on beer doing these shows. Like through me, has he learned anything?
I like how you're pushing all of the pressure on me.
So basically, I'm putting no pressure on me because I suck at this
Marcus,
kind of stuff.
I know what it is already.
I'm like way too. I overthink and overanalyze everything. So like, I'll be like, oh well, this is obviously this can't be an American Pale Ale. I mean, it's probably an IPA. But anyways, so let's crack it
he
open.
needs my stupidity to level it all out.
You ready?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm just interested to see what it looks like.
So first and foremost, it's a underfilled can. So that's a little bit of underfill. Nothing came out. Yeah, underfill can. Let's pour it out.
Which means that it like oxygen.
No, it just means it underfilled it.
Okay, but doesn't it, if there's a space in there,
could be oxygen in there?
Yeah.
Could be, but I know it doesn't look like it.
Dude, this looks interesting.
This is interesting. He's trying to F with us, isn't he? Mark is killing us here. So let's analyze the beer first. It's unfiltered.
Yep.
And it is very light, very light.
You say unfiltered because you're like it's obviously a little bit opaque.
It's a little opaque, so it's unfiltered. There's a white head on it. I poured it aggressively, and it barely poured any head on there.
Okay.
So carbonation levels are a little low, so that could help with the style. And it is definitely very gold in color. So so by looking at this beer, we can eliminate. It's not an imperial stout.
It is not. Okay,
It's not a brown ale.
Not a brown ale.
It's not a red ale.
Not a red ale.
It's not an amber.
No.
So we can eliminate a ton of beers off this. Not hazy IPA.
Well, you can't. Well,
It's not a West Coast.
necessarily.
It's not a West Coast IPA.
It could be a very poorly made hazy.
Could be, but we're talking about Arizona beers here,
Sure.
and no one makes a poorly hazy IPA. No one makes a poor
to that.
beer in Arizona IPA.
No.
or Arizona beers. So we can eliminate a ton of beers. So
Yes.
what beer can we assume this is just by looking at it?
This is not-
You already smelled it. You probably already tasted
This
it
is not
too.
based on the smell we just had. So I would say, like, just by looking at it, I'm thinking like a sour,
Yep.
or like a unfiltered lager or pilsner. or
Yeah,
something
I would think
that.
like light lager. Actually, the only thing I would think would be either a sour or a light lager, because at this point, and I wouldn't even go light lager because of the fact that there is no head on this thing. A light lager, when you pour it, it's going to give you a nice big frothy head on
Okay.
there. So, anyways,
What about the opaqueness
Yeah.
of it? Right? Is that kind of that should be more clear?
right, I wouldn't
Yeah.
go light lager because again, it would be clear and it'd be more golden as well.
Sure.
So at this point, not even smelling it or anything else, I would think sour ale.
Yeah.
Kettle sour.
When you poured it first, that was the first thing I thought was sour.
All right. So let's take a try by aroma.
I know it's not sour because I already smelled it.
Well, so right
Well-
off the bat,
Right? You know, it's
it's a kettle sour. Yeah.
oh, is it?
Oh wow! Look at that. See, he's got it down. So let's dive into the mind of Eric Walters.
I like it.
Do it.
Because it's not vinegary, right? It doesn't have that. Because a lot of times for me, kettle sours are a little too vinegary, right?
Okay.
They're-
Interesting.
yeah.
I'm more of the natural, like the inoculated sours are more of that nail polish vinegar kind of thing.
Well, see,
And to me, the kettle sour is more of that the lactobacillus thing.
see, I get so from the wild ales, I get there's such nuance into it, like that the vinegary aspect of it kind of is just part of the whole mix of the complexity of what the beer is.
Gotcha.
Where a kettle sour is, that's it. But it's maybe the fruit that they put into it, right?
Yep.
But
Yeah, definitely. So now we know a bunch of Pilsner malt went into this. A bunch of pills.
I'll be honest with you. When I did sneak a sniff, I didn't think it was a sour because I didn't really get my nose into it. I just did that, and
Wait a minute.
right?
Then that went Kolsch a little bit.
Exactly. That's kind of what I
Whoa,
got at first.
You're
like
right.
when
it kind of did go Kolsch, and just going in a deeper aroma.
yeah, man.
Well, the taste is going to
yeah,
tell you
that's-
what it is.
I hope so, right?
And I hope it's not a Kolsch,
sour
but-
Kolsch. I don't get any other type of like adjunct, like any fruit or anything like that. So I don't feel that there's going to be like this is not going to be like a mango this or a strawberry
Right.
that, right?
It almost goes Kolsch on you.
Told
Interesting.
you, right? Yeah.
Mark.
Come on.
Dude,
come
he's
on.
trying to just pull one over our eyes. All right, well, let's get a taste on this thing.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
What is this? What is this beer? This is not.
It's not a kettle sour.
No.
It's definitely either Kolsch or a light lager.
Right?
Yep.
This is a mind
So
F
this
right
is
here.
this is
Like,
actually
not being able to see this.
So
label.
here's the thing. It's so funny because the dry by aroma when I took it, it did smell like a kettle sour.
And after you said it, this is where that mental aspect
Right.
of tasting and eating food and drinking
Right.
drinks, people suggest something to you, your mind
Right.
finds that.
So right. So basically, what Eric's trying to tell you is that he messed with me by saying it was a kettle sour, but
I just went
obviously it's
along with
not.
it. I just went along with
But
it.
you take the
because-
deeper aroma, and it went towards the direction of Kolsch, and that lacto character was gone immediately once you take the deeper aroma. And then you take the taste on it, and it's completely different.
I think I know what beer
it's-
this is.
It's either it goes to light lager, or Kolsch. I would eliminate Kolsch out of it because it doesn't taste like it has that German character to it. To me, just throwing guesses already, just out of the
Why
top of my
not,
head.
right?
I mean, this to me tastes like Tombstone Light, just off the top of my head.
Okay,
Just-
okay.
I mean, it tastes like a light lager.
Sure.
Where were you at with taste?
So why light? Like why? Because I mean the color is light, but to me the flavor is pretty. It's not as light as like to me it's not as light as like a. What are some of the light ones? Like what's the
Like
West
Huss,
one I like?
yeah, Huss does, and then so does Renhouse does a light. They do their light lager,
Valley Beer,
Valley Beer
yeah,
Light.
yeah.
They're doing, but the reason why I say light is because it's not like you said, color wise, right? So it's
Yeah.
not as dark, but also in Arizona, light lagers will taste like say for instance, Tombstone Light will taste like Budweiser.
Sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
So
I see
like
what you're saying.
in like Arizona, like a light beer is, 5%.
Our lightest
It's not. It's
beer is as tough
4.5.
as your biggest.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Kind of
like
one of those things like in Arizona. So, but yeah, he's thrown us for a loop on this one.
He really has. I have a guess of what I think it is.
Go for it. You've tasted way more, and you've gone to many more places.
Now, when I was a kid, I peeked the shit out of Christmas presents, right, dude? I would open tape on like.
So you already saw this?
I just saw a little bit of a corner up here, but I'm still gonna go with my instinct. Even I don't know. So there's
I can't see anything on here. He did a great job covering this up.
what is the there's one from, I'm gonna guess this is Walter Station.
Interesting.
What is it? The something Pilsner Schmelzer?
Oh, Walter Station.
But I feel like it would have been. I feel like it would have, if it was that one, it would have been more clear.
I don't think it's a Pilsner. I think it's an American lager.
American lager. Okay.
So my guess is American lager. Pilsner, again, has that grassiness, a little bit of that sharp Saaz or noble hop character to it.
Sure.
So it has like a sharp, noticeable hop character. This is more about that adjunct grain. You get a little bit of either corn or ricey kind of thing going.
It's good.
Even though it doesn't have to be. It could be full
Yeah.
grain, but I mean, it has that character. So whatever that little bit of like DMS or kind of thing going on with it from the yeast. Man. Why did you have to do this? Why can't you just...
It was your idea.
It was my idea. It just totally backfired on me. I mean, we're supposed to be putting you under the gun
you
here.
put me against one. I'm like, I think
right.
it's Pilsner Schmelzer from Walter Station.
Pilsner. Okay, so we're going Pilsner on him. I'm saying American lager from Schneikes. This is tough.
Dude, I wonder if there's a brewery called Schneikes. If not, we got to get on that. I'm going to edit this part out. I call it, if you guys are listening on the podcast, I called it. That's legal binding.
It's an American lager. I don't know from where.
Take a guess.
I'll throw 12 West out there.
12 West American Lager.
Yeah.
Open that baby up.
Oh, my God.
What do we got, Marcus? Come on.
You're going to... Pilsner Schnilzer, huh? If it's a Pilsner, man, I quit.
Dang. Shout out to Mark and Sarah from King's Beer and Wine for their amazing wrap job.
Oh, it's... Yeah. Crispy. Sweet.
No way. Okay.
So, it is, yeah. So, basically, it's an American lager.
Marcus
It's a blonde.
Pina.
Yeah, it's a blonde.
Nice work, buddy. Yeah. Nice job. Dude, he threw us off by giving us, like...
Something we've had like a billion times.
Underhand pitch.
Yeah. Something
Mark,
we've
nice
had like
work.
a zillion times.
Dang. Okay. I see where we're going with this.
That's sweet.
That's
Awesome.
great. That's a great beer. All right. That's, I mean, regardless of whether I guessed it or not, I said it was a great beer, so I win.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. You win.
All right. Well,
so
have
actually,
we-
crispy is it's a lager.
Yeah.
They consider it a blonde lager.
What's that mean?
It's just a light colored lager,
Okay.
I would say.
Yeah.
But it is a lagered beer. Again, that has that kind of adjunct taste. I don't think it's even adjunct, but it almost has that DMS character you would pull from corn or rice flakes.
Yeah.
And of course, it's just a delicious beer. 5.5%
great
ABV.
beer.
Hits all the notes. That underfill, won't lie, church music comes underfilled like that too.
Oh, what is that?
So-
What is that? What is that? Because typically you fill them and you weigh them and you can kind of see.
Yeah. So whatever canning line they're using, but typically, when you crack open a beer, right? So I usually, when I crack open a beer, my hands are
Massive.
not the smallest
Massive
hands in the
hands.
world. So when I crack a beer, my palm is always on the actual mouth. So when I crack it, I'm always getting like spillage
That's
on
a good point.
on my palm. This beer, when I cracked it, nothing. And then when I looked, it's definitely,
You can see aluminum through the
right.
Through the
It's
inside.
not filled the whole
Yeah.
way, and that's like a calling card of church music. So which is funny because when I cracked it, obviously, in thinking about it now,
Sure.
is like, yeah, that seems to be like maybe a thing with their canning line at the shop.
Is that a thing to be concerned about? If you're,
I mean, I wouldn't have the
Quality
beer. Well, so they just so now I think they just hired a QC guy.
oh really? Nice.
Yeah.
Well, they just expanded. They just
Yeah.
pushed
And-
to the place next door.
Right, and they're actually building out even further. Lucky enough that the shop is one of my customers that I sell lumber and products to, and
First time I met this guy.
and Paul
was at the shop.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Paul is their like handy guy and everything else. Their warehouse guy. He's always in the store, and all the guys are always in. So I'm always, working with them on what they're doing and selling them a ton of lumber, and they are building out big time.
Yeah.
So like a lot
That's
of cabinetry stuff, so just things are going on over there. So
For sure. Well, much deserved, right? Just a brewery that just continues to. When I look back when I first started going to the shop, you remember the DPA they had, that Desert Pale Ale?
Yeah.
Love that beer.
Yep.
So bummed out when they stopped making that, but like they took off and they worked their asses off, and you see their brand now start to, you see it beside Tower Station and Barrio Blonde and Kilt Lifter, right?
Yep,
You see it with these
absolutely.
iconic beers, and so many people, like from the magazine, A Taste of AZ, free Arizona Food and Beverage magazine. Look at that. Church
Boom.
music
Church
right on
music.
the back. The shop, been big supporters from day one, and so many people pick up that magazine. You look at the front, you look at the back, people are like, oh, I love church music. I love the shop. So,
well, I mean,
Love it.
so Steve does the Wizard of Za.
Stephen, yes.
Does Steven? Sorry, yeah.
Steve, whatever.
No, he's Steven.
Yes.
He definitely is a big supporter, obviously, of the shop, but he also does a like a college bracket.
Oh, yeah,
Like
the Brewers bracket.
He
thing,
does a
yeah.
Brewers bracket, and I think the 2 years in a row the shop has won.
I think so. Yeah.
Won that won the whole thing, and
He gets a lot of engagement from that. Like, there's a lot of.
my God,
It's
yes.
not like
I
20,
look
30
forward to it.
Yeah,
I'm like
for sure.
Like the countdown starts, and I'm like, okay, when is this going to start? Because I'm, let's go. Like, and I'll pause. I'll pause. I'm waiting. I'm just some of the the battles. You're just like waiting, and you're like,
To see who's matching up. Yeah,
like, man, this matchup is tough. And you're just like there for a minute, like waiting to see.
it's cool because it's not like 3 or 4 people. It's thousands.
Yeah.
he
Oh, for
gets
sure.
thousands of people that
Absolutely.
engage into that. So, and yeah, you can see some of the battles where it's like, oh man, this is an easy win. Then it's like, it wasn't that easy? Like it was,
not. And actually,
Yeah.
this past year's was amazing. So actually, just shout out to Steven if at the Wizard of Za on
Yeah.
Instagram. Follow his
Awesome,
page
dude.
because he's it's a lot of fun. He's a teacher, educator.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
yeah, really cool stuff. A lot of fun, and obviously the shop. Dave, Dylan, Jay are.
Some of the best.
Yeah, I didn't say anything because that was like the dramatic pause of like my my faves are.
Yeah.
I'm very biased with them because Dave is the type of person that will do anything and everything for the brewing community and the community.
For sure.
And, he's the type of person you're like, hey, we're thinking if we could do this, this, and this, and he'll just be like, okay.
Yeah. But then add more on top of that.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we do this? Wouldn't it be really cool?
Yeah.
There's like somebody skateboarding on top of the kettle
Yeah.
while we did it,
Yeah.
and the sparks would like light the flame.
Yeah, and they're all just easy to work with, great people.
For sure. It's great to see. That's what's really cool is to see these brands like like a Mother Road or like a shop that you see them at their beginning when they got this little tap room. They've got great beers, a really cool vibe. And like, oh, cool, man! Look at the shops on the shelf. Now you see them like everywhere,
Yeah.
Mother Road everywhere. So it's really cool to see these companies just continue to grow.
Yeah, absolutely. And this was a great fun thing. Maybe we can,
Yeah.
if you guys like this, maybe we'll do it again. Let us know. If you want us to look like idiots and guessing the wrong stuff, because it's a lot of fun. Trust me.
That was fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So thanks to Mark over here at King's Beer Wine for letting us do this and for wrapping this thing. He does like professional, like he's done this before.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He probably wraps all
Yeah.
these beers and goes home and then tries to guess which one he's drinking because that's what it looked like.
They were so excited about it.
So a lot of fun. Thanks to Kings, and please, guys, again, just come down here, check out the place.
Come check it out.
80
80 plus 81 taps. And More in
a
cans.
few thousand beers on
Yeah.
in the cans. So yeah, come down and thanks for watching, guys.
Cheers, buddy. I got
Cheers.
no more left.